In business, the demand for products and services can often change over time, which then impacts other factors such as the price and availability of these products and services. But what factors lead to a change in demand? Let's find out. In business, the term demand refers to the consumer's desire to purchase products and services at a specific pricing point in time. It's a very important measure in business, and one that businesses often spend a significant amount of time and money on to determine the amount of demand there is for their products and services in the market which they operate within. It's important that businesses estimate demand as accurately as possible, as overestimating demand can lead to a lot of excess stock and wastage which costs the business money, whereas underestimating demand can lead to the business missing out on lots of potential sales revenue, as their customers want to buy more than the business can actually supply. The law of demand states that the lower the price, the higher the demand will be, which is why huge crowds of people attend stores during big sales events such as Black Friday. Prices are slashed and demand for the products and services on offer skyrockets. But for a business to anticipate demand accurately, it's not as simple as just analysing the price of their products and services. There are several other key factors which a business must consider when trying to determine the amount of demand that there is for their products and services, which include changes in the price of substitutes, changes in the price of complementary goods, changes in consumer incomes, fashions, tastes and preferences, advertising and branding, demographics, external shocks and seasonality. Let's take a look at how each one of these factors influences the demand for a business's products and services, with some real-world examples along the way. Substitute products and services are those which customers can easily switch to and buy from competitors instead of the business, and the price which competitors charge for these substitute products and services directly impacts the demand. For example, if a competitor offers a substitute product at a lower price, whether this be for a one-off sale or a general reduction in their selling prices, it's likely that demand will decrease as customers shop with this competitor instead. In contrast, if competitors increase their prices, then it is likely that the business will see an increase in demand as price-conscious customers switch to the business to save money. Imagine that you owned a high street fast food restaurant and a competitor across the road who has historically had similar prices all of a sudden runs a promotion which offered customers pizzas at a much cheaper price than what you currently offer, or it could be a buy one get one free offer on all their pizzas. It's likely that a lot of your customers would shop there, and demand would decrease at your business because of this change in price for a substitute product. Next up, we've got a change in the price of complementary goods, which are the products and services that are often purchased together as they complement one another. For example, hot dog sausages and hot dog buns, pasta and pasta sauces, or cereals and milk. Now, if the price of any of these goods increases, it's likely to have a negative impact on the demand of both the product itself and the one which it complements. For example, if the price of hot dog buns rose, this could have a domino effect and impact the demand for hot dog sausages. Alternatively, if the price of milk increased, this may cause a decrease in the demand for cereals, as the overall cost for cereal milk as a breakfast option increases. Therefore, consumers may start to seek cheaper alternatives. The income of consumers in the market which a business operates within has a significant impact on the demand for their products and services. As income increases, consumers often have more disposable income, meaning they have more money to spend. This is typically good for business, but especially for those businesses who supply products and services which could be classed as more of a premium upmarket option, such as Tesla and Rolex, who clearly target a segment of the market which have a higher earning potential and a higher amount of disposable income. However, as levels of income decrease, so does the demand for most products and services as spending habits change. This is because consumers have less disposable income and they seek products and services at the lower end of the market, resulting in the demand for premium goods to decrease and the demand for basic goods to increase. This can often be good news for businesses such as Aldi and Primark, as they may see an increase in demand as more consumers become price conscious and switch to businesses which offer cheaper products and services. Even if factors such as selling prices and consumer incomes remain constant, Changes in fashions, tastes and preferences of consumers will impact demand for products and services. When a product is deemed fashionable and trendy by consumers in the market, demand increases. And while certain products have stood the test of time and are less likely to be affected by this factor, such as beans, bread and tea, fashions, consumer tastes and consumer preferences often change very quickly due to societal pressures, which is why many businesses invest heavily in research and development, with the aim of continually improving their products to keep them relevant by releasing upgrades and new products to regenerate demand. However, this factor is especially influential for the demand of products and services which could be classified as fads, such as fidget spinners and loom bands, where popularity of these products soared and so did demand, but before long consumer tastes changed and the next fad came along, meaning demand disappeared significantly. One strategy a business can use to influence the demand for its products and services positively is to invest in advertising, which helps to drive sales and develop a stronger brand name in the long term. Businesses such as Apple and Nike are prime examples of this. Even though they are both very popular with consumers and have very strong brands worldwide, they invest hundreds of millions of pounds each year to ensure demand for their products remains high. As a majority of markets are highly competitive in today's business world, without investing in advertising and branding, businesses can easily be forgotten about. Whereas businesses who are able to execute well thought out marketing campaigns that develop a strong brand image are able to effectively increase sustained demand for their products and services as they influence consumers' perception, behaviours and trust in the business. Demographics are based on characteristics such as age, gender, race, religion and sexual orientation amongst many others. It's very common for businesses to segment the market by demographics and have a target market based on these characteristics. However, what truly impacts demand is how well the demographics of the population where the business sells their products and services match the demographics of their target market. Put simply, the more consumers which match the demographics of a target market, the higher the demand for their products and services is likely to be. To increase demand, many businesses now differentiate their product portfolio and have a range of products which target specific demographics. For example, alongside its main meals which target the age demographic of teenagers and adults, McDonald's also targets children with their Happy Meal option, meaning that McDonald's can attract a wider audience as it has a product portfolio which meets the wants and needs of a diverse range of people in every age category, effectively increasing demand for their products. External shocks are random, unpredictable events which happen outside the domestic economic system and have a widespread impact on the economy and the demand for products and services. Examples of external shocks include stock market crashes, the COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain issues, and natural disasters such as flooding and severe weather, all of which impact demand as they cause economic instability, as both businesses and consumers can be impacted by the same external shock. The COVID-19 pandemic was a major external shock as many businesses faced serious implications such as restrictions stopping them from trading face to face during the lockdown period in the UK, and once they reopened they had to operate under strict rules. Businesses also faced severe supply chain issues, consumer confidence hit all-time lows and levels of disposable income decreased, which ultimately resulted in the demand for certain products and services to reduce dramatically. For example, 2 years after the COVID-19 pandemic started, the boss of Heathrow Airport warned it would take at least another 5 years for passenger numbers to get to pre-COVID levels, after the airport revealed COVID losses of £3.4 billion and announced a plan to charge more to handle each passenger in the coming years to support their recovery, which will further impact demand for flights in the future. The final factor we're going to discuss is seasonality, which refers to the changing seasons throughout the year which naturally impact the demand for products and services. For example, the demand for products such as ice cream, gardening tools and camping equipment is often very high in the spring and summer months when the weather is much warmer than in other seasons. However, consumer demand often decreases severely for these products during the autumn and winter seasons as the weather starts to turn much colder. And this is when the demand for products such as slippers, winter coats and theatre tickets typically starts to increase. Now, it's very important that businesses consider the impact of these changing seasons on the demand for their products and services to ensure that they have sufficient availability and resources to meet increased consumer demand during the seasons when it is high by increasing stock and staffing levels. Then during seasons where demand is low, the business can focus on reducing costs by ensuring that they don't overspend on staff and reduce stock levels to meet consumer demand, which helps the business to avoid having excess stock and unnecessary wastage. So that's it, a quick fire look at the factors which can lead to a change in demand for a business's products and services. If you found the video useful, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to Two Teachers YouTube channel for lots more insightful business videos just like this.